Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. And we're gonna talk about Seint makeup. First, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm a brunette now. I had to dye my hair brown because my blonde was just really brittle. It was breaking off. I was trying to grow my hair out, but it was growing in the wrong direction because of the brittle blonde, and I was using a lot of stuff. So I've committed to my hair being brown. It's gonna get a little bit darker every couple months, and we're gonna commit to this for a year, and then we'll see what happens. But I wanna try to get, my hair is, if you've noticed when it's curly, it's a whole lot of layers. It's not cut that way. That's all natural breakage. And so I have been really missing having my long hair. I've had long hair before, but since moving to our new house, the well water has really taken its toll. So for right now, I'm a brunette, and it's gonna be more brunette every couple months. All right, so let's talk about Seint, because that's really what I'm here for. And I wanna show how you can use, we've used highlights icon as a bronzer. Let's talk about using a contour as a main highlight. It can be done. It's my favorite summer shade. Once I get enough color, I'm able to do this, and I love it. I'm using the color Walnut. This is a contour that you rarely ever, if at all, have ever recommended to somebody because it doesn't show up because it's such a light tone. I use Aspen for color correcting. I've already done all my color correcting. I use Aspen to color correct. Walnut is a skosh darker, but not dark enough to be a contour. No matter what shade you are, it barely shows up. But it makes a really beautiful main highlight color. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna show how I do that. So lately I've been loving applying my makeup with my fingers. I love the way everything blends together, so that's what I'm gonna do. Plus it's just fun to make me look like a complete weirdo and then blend it all together like it's magic. It's not magic. It's about the process. Trust the process. That's what I was saying. Trust the process. So I'm going to be using the contour color Aspen. I'm brightening with White Peach. And then, of course, my main highlight is going to be Walnut. Bella Bronzer, my favorite forever. I've been having to, in the summer, this is how it is every summer. I know it's a lot of work, so this is why I didn't show it. But I use 2 color correctors on my cheeks. So I have acne scarring from when I used to get cystic acne, and I correct the redness with Aspen, and then I correct the coloring with Mango. And that warmth just helps neutralize it even more, because in the summer when I'm using the pinks, it just pulls through on that pink. So I use Mango. So let's just get started. I like, because Astoria, the contour I'm using, is very dense. It's cool tone. I like to use my fingers. You can see how well this picks up, and I'm able to go up here, and then I always go down one more. That's the way my forehead is shaped. It's kind of square up here, so I always do 2. And then I always use my finger, and I go down the side. Now, when you're contouring your nose, think about the things you want out and the things you want in. So I have a bump in the middle, and then it kind of bubbles out. So right here, it dips in. I'm going to avoid so much contour there. I'm not going to come all the way down. I want to push in this bump. I want it to naturally go to my brows. So I just blend it up. And when you're contouring, that's all you really need to focus on, is what's going out, what's coming in. So I can contour here, and it just accentuated my nose. So I'm going, the tip of my nose. So I can just go in, and I could just bubble in the tip, and it's just gonna round it out a little bit more. So now I can get it nice and pointy. Pointy. Okay, that's it. This is all gonna work out in the end. Again, I just like making myself look like a complete weirdo, and then I do my makeup. So on my cheekbones in the summer, I kind of like to keep my face, for the most part, fairly neutral. And then I love myself some eye makeup. I'm more of an eye makeup girl, but I like a lot of makeup to cover everything, because we all want that flawless finish. And with Seint, you could get that flawless skin-like finish without caking on a bunch of makeup. So I'm gonna take that contour that's on my fingers, and I'm gonna go up to the top of my cheekbone, and I'm just gonna keep it up here. Now, where you place your contour is entirely up to you. You can bring your cheeks down, you can round them out, you can lift them up. It's, again, pulling things out, pushing things in with the help of contouring, which is shadowing. I'm gonna take what's left on my finger, and I'm gonna go in front of my earlobes, and I'm just gonna come down the jaw. I'm gonna add a little more, and just come up. And this is going to just clean up my jawline, sharpen things up the way that I like it, but starting in front of that earlobe, for me, is key. So I'm just gonna touch up my nose. My nose is the hardest part for me to contour, and it's because I find it bumpy. Everybody has their stuff. Next, I like to go into my brightening. So I'm going to go into White Peach, and I am going to just tap this along in between my brows here, and then I'm going to bring it down my nose. And then I'm going to put a little extra on the tip. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be blending this. Get a little on the Cupid's bow and a little on your chin. Then we're going to get our under eyes, which is minimal. Less is always more with Seint makeup. It's 80% pigmentation, whereas traditional foundations are 18%. If you want to try those stick foundations, that's fine. Those are 40%. So it's still less pigmentation than Seint, so you'll still need a little bit more than what you see me using. All right, let's get into bronzer. We're just going to pop a little here and a little here. I'm using a very cool toned contour, so I'm going to add some warmth with my bronzer. Bella bronzer is my favorite. I go just above my contour and I bring it down a little more because I like a warm cheek. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here, just popping it over the top of that contour, not on top, on top. All right, and that's it for my bronzer. I'll be using a brush to put some on my neck because my neck is always lighter than my face. All right, let's get into that scary mane highlight because I already look excellent. The only place, now this happens in the summer a lot, the lower part of your face is a different tone than the top part of your forehead right here. My forehead is always darker than the lower part of my face. That's where the sun hits. So it's always a bit darker. So I'm going to take that Walnut Contour, putting it on my fingers, and I'm just going to come down the side of my face, and you can see it's a nice, cool tone. You don't need a lot. It's, again, everything in my palette is foundational coverage, so you don't need a lot. That's all I'm going to need, and it's this really pretty cool tone. So I'm going to take my 3D brush, and I'm going to use the short end. So when I say this is makeup, not magic, that's where this comes in. Everybody just thinks you can just haphazardly blend this. That's not how it works. You're going to go color by color. So I always like to start with my main highlight first, and I just move this back and forth, and I just blend this all together and push it down. So what we're doing here with all these colors on our face is giving ourselves foundational coverage. All this is foundational coverage with a minimal amount of product, and we're able to create dimension at the same time. So I'm just going to my main highlight first, blending it around, and you can see how nice this blends right into my skin, and it's so easy, so easy. So we're just pushing this in. I push it into the crease of my nose and into my smile line area. I don't like to apply the creams there because my mouth moves a lot and it can crease and gather, and I don't like that, especially because I have oily skin and the makeup might move a little bit more than somebody with dry skin. So I go less to get more. And then if my makeup moves from my oily skin, I'm just able to reset it with my finger. Very, very easy. I'm going to take that brightening and I'm just going to tap this across into that main highlight. And this is going to give me a brightness, a reflecting light, and dimension. Just like that. And I have this really pretty, flawless finish. I'm not going to add anything until I'm all done. And then I could take a look at it, see how it looks, see if I need to add anything. All right, my main highlight's done. I don't need to add any up here because all this is going to meld together and make a beautiful, dimensional, even skin tone. I'm going to start on my forehead with my lightest color. I'm going to push this over my brows, over the tops, and up. Okay, we're just going to fill that area, and it's a little bit lighter because we're creating reflecting light. I'm then going to go to my contour, and I'm using a really light touch, circles, and I'm blending this out, keeping it mainly where it is, but just blending it down and out, and then going into that bronzer to add warmth to the outer part of my forehead, pushing the contour over. And it just creates this really pretty even surface. Go to this side, get that contour first. You just go color by color. Go into that bronzer, push that in, give yourself some dimension, some warmth. We're going to go from that light color, and we're just going to push these all together just like that, and it makes this really pretty, even skin tone, and it's like a second skin. Makeup will always look like makeup on your face, but now it's good makeup on your face. I'm going to take the small short end, I'm going to pinch it, and I'm just going to tap down the sides of my nose. Because I have a bumpy nose, I like the tapping method, if I were to wipe, it hit that high point and it would push it off and give me almost like a spot on the side of my nose. So I always tap it, and I do my contour first, and then I take my finger and I just rub it on that brightening, and it gives everything a good balance. So this is able to slender my nose, straighten my nose, give it dimension, give it some brightening. I like using the brightening more than I like the main highlight so that you can see the difference between the middle and the sides. We're just gonna push this around until we're happy. Sometimes it takes a little more work than others. All right, the cheek. I always do my under eyes last. And I'm not gonna forget my jawline this time. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hold it at the mid of the brush, and I'm gonna hold it at an angle. I'm gonna push into my cheekbone. At that angle, pushing it up, and then I'm gonna go into that bronzer, and I'm just gonna push this up and down, up towards the temple and down. And it's just gonna create this really pretty cheek. Look at that, it's so pretty. We'll go to the pointy end. We're just gonna push all this brightening down onto the, I like to tap with a little pull. And I like to push this into my skin, but down towards my orbital bone. I like to focus my makeup on my orbital bone, and then I bring it up to my soft tissue and I tap it because I don't want to do a lot of pulling back and forth under my eye, maturing the area more than it is. Then I'm going to bring it up just to give my eye a little bit of lift. And it just gives, look at this. This is just a nice, even tan surface. And it looks nice. It went from this to this. It's that easy. It really is that easy. So again, the mid of the brush, pushing it at an angle into your cheekbone, going into the bronzer, up the temple. You can smile a little. I have maturing skin, and as you mature, the volume of your cheeks breaks down. And so I like to smile so I can see exactly where they are, because if I put it on there first, it's just, when I'm resting, it's gonna look like a circle, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So I'm just pushing that up, going to that pointy end, going into that brightening, up into that inner corner there, and then pushing it. I like pushing onto the orbital bone and then working my way up. But I don't like to put a lot of pressure on this area because, again, I don't want to mature it anymore. I have this little spot, very hard. I've kind of accepted the spot. I don't mind it. You can easily just grab a little bit of your main highlight and try to camouflage it a little bit. I just don't mind it. So I just put a little bit of my brightening over my main right there, tap it out, and I don't mind. So let's do blush. I'm gonna go into Madrid, but I'm also gonna mix it with Angel Illuminator. We have powder illuminators. I like the cream illuminators. That's my jam. If I'm getting fancy and maybe I'm gonna be a bridesmaid or a bride, I mean, I've been a bride, but I like the powder illuminators for jazzing up. I don't use it for an everyday. That's just me. If you want to jazz it up for the grocery store, girl, do it. Do it. Do what makes you feel good. It's nobody else's business. It's nobody else's place to have a feeling about the way you want to look. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to go into Madrid. It's this really pretty neutral color. I'm going to push into Madrid onto the brush and then a little bit into Angel. And then I'm going to start, again, I have the maturing cheeks. I start at the top, I smile, but I start on my cheekbone here at the top, and then I'll work it down and I build because I don't, and I tap between the both. And then I just build it up. It's so pretty. It's peachy, it's pink. It's so pretty for a nice everyday look. I love it. Flip it to the fluffy end and just give it a good blend. It's so natural and pretty. If you like a natural look, that's why I like this makeup. I looked crazy at the beginning and now I don't. So again, Madrid with Angel, starting at the top of the cheekbone, smiling, and then bringing it down. If anything, this is just really good for your attitude because if you pretend to smile, it tricks your brain. I was talking to somebody the other day, it was a doctor. So this is like a doctor that told me this. So this is fact, not internet, fact. She was saying that back in the day when they would have people bite on a stick, it was more of a way to trick the brain because it makes you smile. Now, I don't know if that's true because that sounds weird. I thought it was just so they didn't break their teeth. But she told me that it was to trick their brain and it was like a therapy of some kind. I don't know. That's what I'm going to say. So biting makes you smile. So smiling makes you smile, and it makes you happy. So next time you're crying, next time I'm crying, I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna go and I'll be happy, right? That's the theory, correct? Correct. So we're gonna do this together, report back. Okay, cheeks are on. I really like this. This is so pretty. I think it goes well with the new hair. Madrid is a good universal color. All right, let's do the lips. We all know I love me some lip contour. Where's my brush? I see you. There it is. All right, multitasker brush. There are new colors out. I haven't gotten them yet. I can't wait. All right, Astoria, and I'm just gonna outer line down here where there should be a shadow and there isn't because I don't have those big full lips. So we're gonna create a shadow. We're gonna push this up just like that. And it's gonna create a shadow and you just blend it out. Oh my gosh, speaking of blending it out, you guys didn't tell me. I forgot to do my jawline. You guys, how dare you? Okay. It's now blended. That's how easy it is. Push up in front of the earlobe, down and around. Thank goodness I contoured my lips and under my chin. Otherwise, I would have never saw it. Oh, fluffy end, into the bronzer. Bella bronzer. You can't even see that it's on there. Go underneath it and there you go. You never want to see your bristles stuck together. Never. If you do that, that means you're going to look like a wedding cake. Promise. Okay. Got the contour underneath. We're going to tap it. We're going to blend it out. See that? We want to blend that out. We're going to I'm going to put it on the edge right here. We're going to outer line the top middle. Okay? Top middle. Like a mustache. But you see how it almost looks like I just defined my lip, like it has a curl. We're going to go up the middle here. And this is going to accentuate that beautiful Cupid's bow. Tap it out just a little bit. Don't want to overblend it. Tap it out a little bit. But you see how natural this just accentuated this beautiful part of the lip. Oh, so good. Okay, going into White Peach, my brightener, and I'm going to tap it right here and here. We're going to accentuate the peaks. And then here's the trick so you don't look like you have a mustache. You're going to take your brightening on the edge, and we're going to go outside that contour and then onto the side of the lip. Just like this. So this, do you see how it just created this? That's what we're doing here, but we don't want to look like we just ate a donut. And that's it. So we're going to take our fingers and we're going to blend out this little part here. We're going to blend out this little part here. It's summer and I don't get my nails done, so there. And it's okay. Because they're my fingers. Anyways, this goes into the whole talk of do what you do and it's okay. It's nobody else's place to say, don't do that. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Okay. Look at it. It doesn't look like I just ate a glazed donut. Just tidy up right there. But this is how easy it is to tidy things up. That's it. Okay. I'm going to take my bronzer and I'm going to take my lip and cheek color and I am going to use those together. So Madrid with Bella bronzer. Small end of my multitasker brush going into my bronzer here. And I'm going to lining my lips. I'm not outer lining my lips. I'm hanging onto that edge. Okay? Be very careful on the Cupid's bow. That's where a lot of people try to pop off an outer line. Everybody's going to see it. It's just the texture difference of your skin to your lips. So when you outer line it, everybody's going to know. They may not say anything, and I'm not saying that they think it's bad. I'm just saying there is a difference. Whether you think so or not, there is a difference. All right. And if you want to do that, again, your face, your choice. All right. Your face, your choice, go for it. Okay, getting that outer lower lip. All right. Bella bronzer as a liner. It's so good. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go into Madrid. I'm going to pop that on and I'm going to blend it into that Bella bronzer lip liner. Okay. Should use this finger so I don't look like I'm flipping you off. Okay. I still have a little bit of nail polish there. Okay. I find satin finishes to look drying on lips. If you want a dry matte lip, stop here. It's very pretty. I like to keep balm. Now, if you want a Solstice, which is now available, I believe in a collection in a tin, so it'll pop right in. You can use that. You can use a lip conditioner. I really like the balm because it's small. It's on sale. And I just go over it. And it just gives it a little bit of moisture. You see the difference? It's not huge, but it's just enough. I don't like a heavily textured lip. It can make them look dry when they're not. That's just my opinion. And that's what I'm here for, is my opinion. All right, I'm gonna take setting spray. If you have oily skin, I'm gonna show you my 3 setting sprays. Charlotte Tilbury, Urban Decay. These are my top 2. If you want something more budget friendly, Amazon, $15.99, thank me later. Really good, I do really like it, but I do prefer these. But that is a really great option. I've been using it the last couple days and I do like it. Lately, I've been liking Urban Decay a little bit more, but that's a week-to-week thing for me. One week I like one thing. So there you go. All right, that's it. That's my face. I need some setting powder. That's a lie. That's not my face. I need some setting powder because I'm oily. There's a fine line between dewy and oily or greasy. And because I have oily skin, right now I'm good and dewy. But that means in the next couple hours, I'm gonna be bordering. So I take Vanilla Dust. Look at me, I got a new one. And I'm gonna take a fluffy end. I'm gonna go into it and I'm gonna get my forehead because that's where I get real shiny. Now, if you like a matte finish, go to town on it and make it as matte as you want. Be careful, you can easily texturize, okay? So if you have fine lines, puffiness under your eyes, do not apply powder directly there. So I'm gonna show you if you have large pores, don't apply your powder directly there. Take your fluffy end, put powder on it, shake it out, and we're gonna go where there's no texture, where there's little texture, which is right down here, and then we're gonna work it up so that it's a very light dusting, and you can, so that's the difference. You can see I have a sheen here, and this is more matte. But I start down here, and then I work it up to those pores in that under eye. Right here. And you can have that dewy finish, or you can have that matte finish, and it's 100% in your control. Rather than say you use Bare Minerals, nothing against Bare Minerals, but you have no dewiness unless you go and get yourself a shimmer. So again, I'm just gonna start down here, and I work my way up. And in a couple hours, I will look dewy. I do keep one of these in my purse because I'm oily. And then you can go over it again with a setting spray if that's what you want to do. Entirely up to you. It's your face, your choice. All right, that's it. That's Walnut Contour as a main highlight. It's so pretty. It's so natural. And I like it because with my oily skin, having a contour as a main highlight, I think is really nice. It's why I like Aspen as a corrector also. They're a little bit more dense than, say, a bronzer or a highlight. Those are really creamy because tan lines, which is a bronzer, can be used as a main highlight also. It's very similar to walnut. I prefer walnut for the density. I feel like it stays better. I feel like it's more matte for me, whereas, again, that fine line. So that's my face using a contour as a highlight. I love it. With Madrid, it's very pretty with my new hair. Have a great day.